It's all a win. Okay, so introducing us again in our freshness and our flawedness. I am a guy from a place, CharmCityBipper, Quis The Vndl. Marquis is the name my mama gave me. I'm here with Diara, Nicole, a model in the city. She was recently in the 25th Street fashion show. She's outside with it. We are at Brandy Bespoke for a national social media day, Towson Mall, next to the Nordstroms, by the Starbucks, right by the Starbucks. So if you like to get busy, this is the space to get busy in.
What does that mean?
I don't even know. It just sounds good.
It sounds good.
No, but get busy in terms of making moves, making opportunities, making moments. I've done 2 podcasts in this space, and this will be the 3rd.
Okay.
I've connected with some brothers that are making big waves in a lot of different spaces, dressing brothers for their draft days.
It's not only brothers though.
Sisters as well. I apologize.
Because I look damn good in a suit.
Okay. What's the nickname? Is it D? Can I say D?
Yeah, you can
D in the suit. You know how we do.
Yeah. I'm on the page.
Okay.
On the page.
I did see you on the page and I don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking bald head.
Yeah.
That's fly.
Yeah.
What got you into modeling?
I've been in the industry actually for 6 years. I'm only 20.
So you've been in it since 14?
Yep. I've been doing it full time for a little over a year now. Modeling is what pays my bills, so pay your models.
Yes, pay your models, pay your artists, pay your creators.
Photographers too, pay your photographers. They're not out here just taking pictures for free. But what got me into modeling, I actually started here. I started with Block Boy.
That's hilarious. Block Boy is my cousin's not label, but his.
Till this day, I'm still on their website. 14-year-old me is on their website. I had hair back then, though.
I'm putting it together now.
That's I had hilarious. Hair back then.
That's fire.
But yes, I started with Block Boy, and then I did 2 shoots with them, and then I went to Runway. I fell in love with Runway, and it just took off ever since. Like, granted, like I was on and off because I was in high school, you know, I was worried about school, and then I also got pregnant at 16, so I was being a mother. But I did model up until about 8 months. And then once I dropped my baby, I was back on the runway. Like 3 months later. And
it's such a blessing to not let moments stop you.
Yeah.
We all have moments. And some people will make your moment more negative than it is. Oh, teenage mother, you choosing art over that. How you gonna make money? Is like, that's not what I said I was doing. I said I'm working on something that I love. And if you love me, you'll allow me to.
See, and that's the thing. When I found out I was pregnant, I told myself, I refuse to be another statistic. I talked to my parents. My parents, they asked me one thing. They asked me, whatever you do, just graduate high school. My plan wasn't to go to college. I am coming up on my junior year of college at the Morgan State University.
Lessons.
Studying fashion merchandising and minoring in entrepreneurship. So it's definitely not a path I thought I would be on. If you asked me like 2 years ago, like, you think you'll be in college? Absolutely not. And honestly, I'm just there because it's free. Okay. But well, I intended to go just because it was free. Now I found I found a passion in it. Like, if I can further my education and what I'm doing, because like I said, I have been in the industry for 6 years, and learn the business side of it, why not? Why not?
I love everything about what you said, because it's been a constant theme that I've been sitting with. Do it until you find out why you do it. If it's positive, it will show you what you're there for. Your motivation is external, but it's also internal. Your external reason is your child.
Yeah.
Your internal is, I will not be another statistic, and I'm also not going to be a bad example for this child.
Exactly.
So you increase your whys. It's like, I've been just constantly reflecting on that. Like, this podcast is based in, I have an internal drive, but I have so many external drives as well. I got a whole city that needs coverage. Like, I got so many spaces that I love to see that people don't know about, and that's irritating me.
Yeah.
So rather than blame you all for not knowing, I gotta show up and show it. Like,
Educate them. Educate them, because it's like Baltimore is more than what you see on TikTok with the two, the do, the you. We don't talk like that. For one, two is like, oh damn, we might do that.
Look, I do sometimes, but it's true. But it's so funny because when you're in certain spaces, they show mad love for it. I'm in Philly with my Johns. Shout out my Philly Johns.
Please.
they be like, yeah. Y'all say two, don't you? I say, yeah, sometimes.
But I mean, the fact that we're known for small stuff like that, and it kind of puts us on the map, like our dances that people are trying to imitate and trending on TikTok and Instagram, like just simple stuff like that. It makes such, like, the world portrays Baltimore as such like a negative space when it's not. It's just there's no positive aspects being broadcasted towards the world. So, hey.
And the beautiful part in this era is we have the ability to shift the narrative.
Yeah.
And we are shifting it. So that's why I brought up the 25th Street show. Not only because you were in it, but because it's been a reference for me.
Yeah.
We can do events, and we're doing more. Like
literally a Black Wall Street. That whole block is Black owned.
Whole block. Not like the voxel, like what? Like this space is beautiful.
Literally.
And like so open for opportunity if you come correct. Because sometimes we're like, oh, they don't want to work with nobody. Well, what did it take for them to be where they are? Because some people want to do the work, but it's like, it's been a thing.
Also, what value do you bring to them? What value
do you bring?
What value when you reaching out to brands, like especially like big brands? It's not going to be a collaboration. You have to bring some type of value to the brand, or it's pointless. Like you got to come with all your ducks in a row, all your cards in line. Show them what you're bringing to them, and then what they can receive from the collaboration. Whether it's you getting paid for it, it's a simple collaboration, like whatever it is. You have to bring value to whatever you do. Like. They're not going to just be like, oh, yeah, they DM me, so I'm going to work with them. No, you have to have the image there. You have to have the, like, every brand has an image and what they're going for. So if you align that and fit that, that should weigh in. That should weigh in.
My guy at Culture, Donnie Wu, he said, Donnie Wu, I be getting names wild these days. If you add value everywhere you go, it's always checks in the mail for you.
Exactly.
And it's that part of like knowing your value. Like you gotta learn yourself to know your value. Shout out Ron and Dawn, the game plan. What's your game plan? You know yourself? You do your Maslow hierarchy of needs? You know what this internal drive is? Like this is how we get to our why. Strategies.
And that's literally what I had to realize last April, actually. I quit my job cold turkey. I was working a 9 to 5. I got halfway through my shift, and I just was like, I can't do this no more. This is not what I want to do. I'm not happy. My mental health was trash. Like, physical health was trash. Quit my job cold turkey. By the end of June, I was in LA at the BET Awards. Yeah.
That's what I love to hear.
That all of last summer was just finding myself, booking gigs, proving to not only myself, but like my family that I can do this full time. I don't have to have technically it's a 9 to 5, but I don't have to have a corporate 9 to 5 to pay my bills, to be established in life. Not everybody takes that path, and that's okay. But you have to have the drive to keep going because it's not easy.
Make your business your 9 to 5.
Yes.
Become the business.
Yes.
When I'm in somebody else's business for a 9 to 5, I am a guy from a place. Marquis Carrington with pride. And you're going to know about my website. You're going to know about these other things. Even they tell me I can't tell them. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to take the repercussions. So I'm finna take these rewards as well. You're not going to just own all of me. So I say that to anybody that's on that fence. I don't recommend jumping out there until you're mentally there. Yeah. Because the thing about life is the domino effect. Your dominoes just happen to be stacked in a better way. Whereas like, okay, I've left and I'm gonna get to it because I know what my plan is. I got a mission. I did the same thing. I left the school in February. I was teaching there for 3 years. Okay. I started my podcast the beginning of January, released the first episode on the 23rd of January.
Okay.
Dropped the episode every day for 3 months.
Okay.
So I was
you were
like,
consistent.
Though ended up on Instagram, you're gonna see me. A guy from place,
Yeah.
Just getting everybody to give a clip. I was at 30 interviews by May or late April.
Okay.
So 30 interviews with different people. Started doing quicker interviews. So I'm probably up to 40 or 50.
Okay.
Just talking to people, having regular conversation, getting a reference to myself that people are people.
People are people. Yes. People are people. And no matter what they do, they are still normal people. And I've come to like in the past like 2 months, I've like been being recognized by like people I don't know, and I'm just like, I take it as a good thing. Like clearly, I'm doing something good in the community within myself, like just with brands in general that I'm being noticed. And I honestly take pride in being known as the girl with the bald head. Like I clearly stick out to everybody else. Like so, it's like I mean, it works for me. You got to find what works for you.
It's amazing because it's like things that oftentimes could be an insecurity, they could be something to stop you, are your biggest blessing, and they're the thing that you must lean into. Like, I used to be scared to talk.
Okay.
And I'm a podcaster.
Yeah.
I used to think my opinion didn't matter.
Yeah.
I was always in my head, like, they don't want to hear what I have to say. And when I started leaning into it, they'd be like, but I'm not saying nothing crazy. Some of the people around me were uncomfortable with what happens when you tell the truth. If I mention redlining, if I mention the ways that our community is struggling in a real way, if I ask questions that seem, oh, well, on this side, it's all love. If I ask questions that may appear to be uncomfortable, like, but I know who I am though. And this is where the decisions start to make sense. Everybody doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't know your full story. They may not think you're 20. They may not think you're a mom.
I don't get that at all.
You know, they may not think these different things.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like knowing yourself will always be to your benefit. And reinventing yourself. We create ourselves every day. I'm one more podcast in.
Yeah.
I'm doing modeling randomly because of
Yes.
like a moment at a skate line? No, skateboard. I shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
But like, I'm not pushing anything away, and it's just been a space of gratitude, a space of if this isn't my thing, maybe this moment will inspire somebody else to do it. They may be like, "Oh, Marquis look dumb doing that," but I look flyer.
Yeah.
Go look flyer. I'm not trying to be. When you set out to be the best, you set out to be better than people, you set out to prove that haters wrong, you do just that. But that's not enough to be great.
It's not. You can get the notoriety. You can be notarized. You know, you can be known in your city. But if you really like, it's fun being notarized and being known in your city or whatever. But can you make money from it? Can you make money from it? Like, being known is not gonna pay your bills. It's not.
Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
It's not gonna pay your bills, y'all. Like, and sometimes you do have to humble yourself and be like, okay, well, maybe I do need to reach out to this brand and see, like, not all opportunities are gonna come to me. Like, I reached out to Brandon Bespoke and was literally shooting a 3-day campaign the next day.
That's fire.
The next day, like, and now we locked in, like
that. Lady.
It's literally like, and just brands in general, like, I reached out to Off Tour. Now look, like, it's, you gotta humble yourself
Ask
sometimes.
me, you shall receive.
Yes. You gotta humble yourself. You gotta come with your cards correct.
And don't tell everybody's story before they get to tell it to you. Because you could have easily been like, oh, I don't really know about that space. I don't feel safe. Like, come find out. Come, what's
But
on her?
I love supporting Black businesses. If you are Black owned, that's my type of people. Like, because it's just like, in the world, everybody is so against us. And to be able to see a Black business thriving, it's freaking phenomenal. Like,
you are me, I am you.
yes.
We're one.
Yes.
It's powerful.
I love it. Like, and that's really like when I seen that Brandon Bespoke was black owned, especially by black men specifically. I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
From this city.
Literally,
Like
literally.
all of the hurdles and obstacles you got to get over to be yourself in this space. So that's what I was grateful for. Like I come in here as myself and I'm honored.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, y'all are brothers.
And that's the thing. Like I had never met these guys in person. Actually, London was standing at the door and I was walking in for a fitting. I get like halfway down there. He's like, oh, that's that model. That's that model. Really get the hype in my head of it. I'm like, the fact that you took time to like get like invest and like learn about me before I even reached your store. Oh yeah. Like
says everything.
Definitely in there. Like I have no issue. Like I told them, like we were literally shooting for 3 days, like 6-hour shoots. 6-hour shoots. And I had no issue doing it because of just the foundation of the brand. Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
What are you looking forward to as the year continues?
I'm a very impulsive person.
Same.
I live day to day. So honestly, I can say I'm just looking up. I'm looking forward to waking up tomorrow. Like, because unfortunately in the city we are from, it's not guaranteed. So that literally I'm looking forward to waking up tomorrow and seeing where life takes me simply just tomorrow. Because everything could change in an instant. Like we could be sitting right here, somebody walk past, notice us, brand deals. Like
Right.
brand
Quite
deals.
literally.
Now I'm a millionaire. Like it happens
It
that
happens
easily, that quick.
Just be present.
Yes. Show up. What you say? Show up as yourself?
Show up as yourself.
Yes.
I love it. I laugh because the affirmation of it is like sometimes we're wanting confirmation, but you don't need to confirm things you already know. Just continue to know it, continue to move in your truth, continue to move with the right intention. I believe in God. I believe there's a higher power than me. So I honor that the best that I can.
I'm glad you just mentioned that because I actually have Ascension tattooed right above my knee. And for you guys that don't know what Ascension means, it basically just rising to the next level in life, choosing the path that God takes you to. And this is actually like one of my newest tattoos. I was in like a a rough patch in my life about a month ago, like just not necessarily down on my luck, but like in one of those moods, those funks, like, oh, things aren't happening as quickly as I would want them to be. And I was like, well, for one, all my tattoos have meaning. So I was like, okay. Specifically, this is based off of the Jhené Aiko song. And if you don't know the song, go listen to it. Go listen to it. It'll explain everything, literally. And it's just like, my mentality was just like, okay, I need to put it in the hands of God. It's out of my hands. And just step out on faith, follow faith, believe in myself, and things will come when it's time. Like you may not be always ready to receive what God has for you. So it's like you just gotta oh
my goodness.
you gotta just prepare yourself. Because you might want something to happen right now, but God is telling you, nah, not right now. It's not the time. And that's okay. Because everything that's for you will come.
Yes. It can be frustrating.
It can be, yes.
I won't pretend it doesn't get frustrating. I'll say, in my experience.
Real quick, Brody. I'm going to get you yours.
In my experience, it has been just this thing of like Audacity brand, local Baltimore designer. Check in with her, awesome sister, and we built. In my experience, life will show you better than it can tell you.
Yes.
You have to be present to what life is showing you.
Yes.
Sometimes we're overlooking things. We're getting lost in the moment. We're adding more meaning and value to things that don't have any complexity to them at all. This interview is as simple as, hey, you feel like talking?
I said yes.
It's as simple as doing it. So everything you've said is an affirming what I've been saying on this cast. It's going to continue to be affirmed by every guest who sits now because we are one.
Mind you, I have never met this man a day in my life.
That's the part. That's the part.
I have never met this man a day in my life. We're
And that's the
simply,
blessing.
we're brought together because of the brand we work with.
Alignment. And it's recognizing when you are out of alignment. Some of the frustrations are brought to test you and to put you out of alignment. Are you going to stay aligned in that moment where you believe you're supposed to be angry? You're not supposed to be anything but grateful and happy and congratulatory and celebrating this gift that we have. Because when we're those other things, it's denying all the moments before the one that you're currently in. I lost someone this year, but I've gained so many memories back in a time where I needed them the most. I gained the memory of how they were there for me when I was depressed.
Yes.
Of how they were there for me when my father goes back to war. And they're holding it down for me and my siblings, like making things make sense in ways I didn't know a person can make them make sense. So I continue to say references. I continue to say joy. I'm just grateful, like I said, and everything you've mentioned, from the Ascension tattoo, the way you get the tattoo, the meaning you've added to your life. I just a testament to the people that the city makes. Baltimore makes some great people.
Amazing people, phenomenal people, black
and down.
people.
Black and beautiful.
Yes.
We're awesome. We're truly awesome. I got a poem that I do. You've judged without knowing. You've judged without knowing. You judge? Oh my goodness. I laugh when I don't remember my own poetry.
Yeah, you lost it.
I know
But
so
that
many
one
other ones.
sentence alone
You judge without knowing.
speaks volumes.
What does it make you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. I do judge without knowing. Like you walking down the street, and I'm just like, oh, yo. But then it's just like, and I've also been judged. Like I've been told I have RBF real bad. But as soon as
Rest
you,
in be. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
yeah, but like once you talk to me, I light up. Like I think it's just because we are from Baltimore and you never know what to expect from somebody. You have to have that guard up. And then it's like once you actually get to know me, I'm the sweetest person. I am a little spicy, but
You gotta be.
yeah, but it's like
At times.
it doesn't go unprovoked. I do always have a mug. I think that's the Baltimore in me.
Do you give credence to signs?
My face definitely tells it all before my mouth does. I'm gonna keep my thoughts in my head, but my face is gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking. And I'm not. I've had people say like, "Hey, like you're unapproachable." Like, literally, with Devin, me and Devin beef all the time because we're like, "Oh, he says I have RBF," and I say he has RBF. So it's just like. But it's like when we actually talk, like it's nothing but good conversation. Like he knows that I'm a sweet person and he's such a sweet person. He's a genuine person. So it's like it just all depends. Like I think I'm very approachable to an extent. But just simple stuff like that. If I see somebody else that has RBF, I'm just like, maybe they having a bad day. Like they woke up on the wrong side of bed. Let me not bother
Giving them
them.
grace.
Yeah, like let me, just ease into it if I am gonna conversate with them. But then it's just like once you start talking to them, it's like, oh well, it's my environment. Like I just feel like I have to look this way because I don't want anything to go negative about, certain stuff like that. So I feel like it's definitely like a judgment call. Like you're judging people with judgment. Like, does that make sense?
Sometimes it's fear.
Yeah.
And I'll say for myself, I had fears of people that look like me. I had fears of young black males with ski masks at times.
Oh yeah.
I did. I
Heavy.
can't deny. I've worn a ski
Heavy.
mask and people were scared of me.
Yeah,
and I was
heavy.
confused. Like I had a fashion ski mask on with like gray, it was a crochet gray ski mask. And like kids in my school were scared. Like, who was that? I'm like, I'm Mr. Carrington. Like I haven't changed, but I recognize like judgment is oftentimes used as a tool to protect us. It becomes problematic when we judge past the needs. So if I label you before you give me a chance, before I give you a chance to tell me who you are,
Yeah.
I'm limiting this. So it's like judgments are used as a survival technique. A lot of us are in a survival mentality. And me personally, I'm from areas and I've been in areas where you can see somebody get shot in the middle of a mall. Like, you can see it. If you didn't see it, you would hear it.
Yeah.
Or you hear about it.
Yeah.
And just being that close to that and knowing like it could have been something as simple as, what's good, yo?
Yeah.
When you walking down the street and he lost his life. You know, and it could have been something as simple as he stepped on a shoe. He might have looked at him crazy and there's another man that took his life. Like,
Yep.
that does tend to give us a sense of trauma. We are in a city full of trauma. I'm grateful to be able to heal myself and heal others through my stories, through vocalizing it, because we need more people talking about the traumas they've experienced. Well, we can speak on them in a genuine way. I've been robbed before, twice. Like, I've been robbed a couple times. And it's so wild that it's normal. Some of these things. That's a thing too. No, you good. Look, that's the thing right there. But being honest about it.
Yeah.
Honest enough to reflect.
And
But look, we all
I can
cause
honestly
trauma.
say, like, when you first meet me, I'm not going to tell you my age. And I'm not going to tell you I'm a mom either.
Yep.
Because just the negative connotation that comes with, oh, you had a baby at 16.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you the rest of the story. I graduated from not one, but 3 different high schools. I am now a college student going into my junior year. I am doing what I love full time. Like, and my daughter is a model too. Like,
You're
come
blessed.
on now, like,
and you're walking in purpose and you're adding
Literally.
value everywhere you go. And I laugh. I used to hear this thing growing up. The one thing you do will be the thing they always remember. And I used to get mad because I'm like, well, I don't want to be around nobody that's going to only honor the one bad thing I did.
Yeah.
That says more about them than it says about me. If I do one bad thing and I'm written off by you for the rest of my life, you're lame.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Like, and society will do that. That's what the world lives by sometimes. And it's like,
especially with
It's a
cancel
choice.
culture.
it's false. It's a falsehood because it's like, if we got to find the one bad thing everybody did, like if we got to hold everybody to these, oh, you can't do anything wrong. It's like, everybody's going to get outed.
Yeah.
Like, I laugh because I admitted that I was judgmental. And somebody was like, well, you shouldn't be that way. I was like, I just
You're
admitted
judging
it.
me
Right. I'm
for
being
being
I'm being
judgmental.
accountable for it. I'll
Yeah.
laugh. Like, I'll let you know I used stereotypes growing up.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. It was a part of a moment. But to deny the fact that you did it and play like that's not you is what's problematic. The
Yeah.
denial is worse than
Everything else.
having done it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't steal them cookies. Bro, you got crumbs on your cheeks. Like, bro, like, I would rather you say you traumatized people than
Yeah.
pretend you never did nothing wrong. Like, no, I've been good people this whole time, bro. I'm here for the community, bro. I love on everybody,
Lies.
bro. You are now. It's all in one. It's all in one. I respect that. I respect that. And that's what's funny too. Cause it's like that whole concept of bad people can't do good things and good people don't do bad things. Like it gotta be this linear thing the whole time. It's false. It's always a gray area. Life is gray.
We dropping gems, y'all. We dropping gems.
It's funny because I be coming back to these same concepts.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like with podcasting is interesting. You'll talk yourself into a loop, but it's just not getting rigid. Like staying flexible to understand other perspectives.
Ooh.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. How you doing?
Ooh, this whole conversation just got my mind just.
Yeah.
I felt like I love having deep conversations with people though, because it's just like it's not on a daily basis you're gonna have a conversation like this. You're like uncomfortable conversations are needed.
It's liberating. It's liberating to speak truth because it's so many people lying right now.
Yes.
And like, even in speaking the truth, I got to be conscious of like my ego wanting more because I speak truth. Like, I don't deserve a reward for it. We all have the abilities to.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm grateful to be able to hold space enough to inspire somebody else to do it. So it's just let's keep giving people that idea. I want to ask you this. What's a book that inspires you?
Ooh, me personally, I haven't read since about like an actual book since like elementary school, but I do have a favorite author. Her name is Sharon Draper. If you read, it's specifically a 3-book like series that she's written that I've read. I've actually read all 3 books. It starts with November Blues, How to Be a Hero, or it's something about hero, and then it's one more book I can't think of, but it's basically like the story of like your average inner city teenager and what they go through. So it was like there was gang activity in the book, teen pregnancy, domestic violence, just like your average situations that go unnoticed when it comes to like books. And she put it into a way that like you can relate if you have been through the situation. And I personally, I have not picked up a book since.
No, I love that you said what book it was because you took so much from it. I talked to somebody recently who said they made it through college, they read all these books and don't remember nothing from them.
And that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. All the books that I was supposed to read in these past 2 years of college, I have not read. Google is my best friend because I refuse to read something that I feel as though is not going, like I'm not interested in. And granted, yes, I do go to a HBCU and the content is black like based, but it doesn't grab my attention. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need something to grab my attention and keep me there. After like chapter 1, I'm like,
it's the why.
I don't know.
It's the why.
Yeah.
I laugh because a lot of the books that were introduced to me, I read them again on my own and I enjoyed them more. I read Bluest Eye again when I was like out of high school, and to read about Pecola, I believe it's Pecola, Toni Morrison's book, is a lot of experiences she has as a young black girl where she doesn't find beauty in herself. She's wishing for blue eyes. She's hoping her eyes can be blue. Brown skin, dark skin girl would be beautiful without blue eyes, but her
because of the
worldview has
society
told
standards.
her eyes must be blue for her to be beautiful. So to read a story like that on my own and it takes so much. Miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson, is a book that was written in the early 1900s, but he's speaking about how we go off to college and we lose sight of each other, and then we don't come back to share the wisdoms that we gain because of the fears and the judgments and the walls that are put up. Just like we having that conversation about trauma. Like, a lot of people don't want to have conversations with people who cause trauma. They think, oh, you caused trauma at some point, you're a problem. It's like, well, what's the other side of that coin?
And literally, like I represent a brand called Generation Typo. And
power.
Just off the name alone, Generation Typo, the meaning of the brand is basically to spark dialect between generations, because it's like we use slogans like back in my day, lazy, like let's talk about it, because it's so hard to have conversations between generations because of the uncomfortability or the trauma that's there. And it just goes deeper into it, like the typo, like the main thing in our clothing is a red line. When you type something wrong, a red line comes up.
That's
but
hard.
Typo is spelled correctly. But no matter to who you may come across, something is always going to be wrong. So all of the clothing, all of the hats, the accessories are paired with the red line. And just the founder, Don Sell Brown, the CEO, creative direction, he puts a lot of his personal trauma into the brand. And it's like, because he's a young black man, he's able to he's been through some of the things that other black men have been through, and they're able to relate through clothing and fashion. And it doesn't always have to be like a verbal story. You dress how you feel. And that just like plays a part. He does streetwear, he does high fashion, like, but it all comes back to this same meaning of sparking dialect between generations, because it's like you have the older generation like, oh, well, this new generation, they don't know nothing. They ain't doing it this way, whatever, whatever. But then you have the younger generation that is literally flipping the world upside down and doing it unapologetically. So it goes both ways with that. And, you know, if you haven't, you know, Generation Typo on all platforms. Let's talk about it.
We need the youth as much as the elders.
Yes.
We need everybody active. And it's funny because it's like sometimes we'll start warring about who needs more than who, and it's like
We all need each other at the
all
end of the
need each
day.
other. Like I can show up better for black boys than a lot of other people because I've had the experiences that they've had, they're going to have, and that I'll start to have the experiences they will have. You can show up for young black girls better than I can.
Teen parents is that, like, I specifically gear like my platform between young black women. I'm currently coaching young girls 6 to 18 that aspire to be models. I coach with Design Destinies Baltimore.
Shout out. Yes.
I'm their newest model coach for them, and these girls are just, they need a role model. It's not much out here. I'd rather them be in practice with me than be in the streets. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing out here in the streets good for them. If they can find something positive and turn it into a passion, and then possibly create a career out of it, and I be like just the stepping stone and paving the way for them, why not? And I tell them all the time, I say, y'all, I'm not much older than y'all. I'm not. Granted, like 6 to 18 is a broad age range, but I was there before. Like I said, I started at 14. I'm now 20. Like, I've been there. It's tough, but it's like you got to keep going. You got to keep going.
Keep going. Keep getting busy, and it's powerful because it's like, even with cross collaboration, like I need young black boys to see me in spaces with Diara and Nicole.
Yeah.
I need them to see me with Aquila Divine, with black women who have power too, because it allows them to have another reference. We need to see positive examples of us working together. Like I was just saying that the route earlier, like a lot of the times there's a lack of references. There's even a lack of references for what successful black business looks like. Because the references will come down and like, oh, well, you saw such and such was a crook to his people, so I ain't trying to get in no business at all. And it's like, bro, like that shouldn't be the thing that's stopping it. And that's an excuse. It's a monument to nothing. We got to do it anyway. Be scared, do it anyway. Understand that the whole house can burn down after you built it, but you know you built it.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, and at the start of it, you want to get busy with it. You want to get to it. And that's not wild. You want to get to it. You want to get active. You want to build. You want to be constructive. You want to lead. Do it despite the worst possible outcomes, because you don't know what the blessing look like on the other side until you get it.
And it literally all comes back to stepping out on faith, believing in yourself. If don't nobody else believe in you, believe in yourself. Because when I tell you, like, for instance, like in my household, it's me, my sister, and my mother. My mother was totally against me quitting my job. She hated it. She's like, you have to have a 9-to-5 to be able to survive. You can't, you have a child to take care of. And I'm just like, Mom, just give me a chance. I told her, I said, give me 3 months. I said, give me 3 months and I'll show you better than I can tell you in these 3 months. And literally, this is a year ago. Literally 2 months ago, she went and quit her full-time job and took on her side hustle as a main career. And I'm just like, what were you telling me a year ago? That I like, you need a 9-to-5 to survive? Mind you, my mother was in the medical field and has been since, my mom is now 46. She's been in the medical field since her 20s. This
Ain't
was
nothing to it but
her
to
security
prove it.
blanket. She branched out and started bartending about 3-4 years ago and was able to. Well, there it is. Who'd have set them all on fire?
Oh, fire!
Who'd have set them all on fire? I love how everybody is just
like what?
Continuing throughout their day.
The roof is on fire. I don't even. It's Baltimore. You never know. Like, it could be a whole lot of things. Somebody could be playing. Somebody could be serious.
You never know.
But that's back to how we looking for support. Like, I'm gonna translate it to that, right?
Somebody
You gotta
could
show
be playing. Somebody could be serious.
You gotta show them. Baltimore don't move till you show them.
Yeah.
They just walking like hey, it's a regular
Everybody's
day.
literally proceeding
Hey.
with their daily activities.
Alarms go off, man. Hey, alarms go off. Loud noises get made. We still going?
All right, well, yeah, back to what I was saying before we were, interrupted. She took on, the medical field was her security blanket. She took on bartending about 3-4 years ago, and now she does it full time. And she loves it. She's not tired anymore. Her physical health, her mental health is better. And that's all just because she's like, she got to a point in her life where she was just like, I can't do this anymore. I want more for myself. And she stepped out on faith and believed in herself. And she been doing her big one for the past 3 months that she quit her job.
I'm laughing because it's like, I was having that same conversation before I started this. And I said, look, I'm going to just keep doing it. It's like, nah, but you got to do this. I was like, no, but I'm doing this. And I had opportunities that came to me during a work day. So if I didn't follow up with those opportunities, I wouldn't be in this position I'm in now. It don't look like everything else because it isn't everything else. Becoming a model don't look like becoming a medical doctor or a nurse. It don't look like studying to be an engineer, becoming an artist. It doesn't look like everybody else's gig. It's not going to look like work and when it doesn't look like work, that means you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you're doing nothing.
And as I say, my friends are always like, oh, you're always traveling. You're always having fun. But I'm working.
Yes. It's very much work.
I'm working. Like, you think I'm having fun? I'm over here stressed.
Yes.
I'm working. And it's like when you become an entrepreneur, you go from a 9 to 5 to a full 24-hour shift. Like, and just to be like a full-time entrepreneur, a full-time student, a full-time model and mom, like, I got a lot on my plate. But I also have people looking up to me that I can't fail. I can't. I'm too deep now. I might as well see it through. I got to see it through.
And it's already done.
It's done.
It's already done because I said this a lot recently as well. It's inner understandings and your internal is reflected outside.
Yeah.
So when you're uncomfortable internally, the world is uncomfortable because that's the perspective you're moving in. And then confirmation bias. So you already step into a space like nobody can be trusted. You find everybody who cannot be trusted. I move from a space of joy, peace, security within. I say I'm protected and covered. I find everybody who's protected and covered.
Yes, and if it's for me, it will find me.
If it's
it will
for
come
me, it
to
will find
me.
me.
We don't want the low vibration energy. We need positivity. We need people thriving in life. People willing to thrive. Like,
brothers. I got a lot of edits. Behind the scenes moments. See, the fellas are still fellas. That's the thing too. Like, you can be intelligent, upstanding individuals and still have that bit of yourself alive. It's very much a part of us. You understand?
I ain't gonna lie though, she was bad.
She was bad as hell.
She's bad.
She was fine. She was fine. You think it's
Ladies, please understand that if only your big toe is painted,
Oh.
you heard me.
See, he on his Prince game. He's like,
Only
you
the
gotta
big
come.
toe?
You gotta come correct.
Okay, but hear me out though. I don't know about
The
the
other
big
toes
toe.
were undone.
No,
You said
listen,
they were
listen.
raw. They were
Hear me
raw.
out. Hear me out.
I like it raw.
Oh my goodness.
Oh baby, I like ODB.
Hear me out though. I don't know about the big toes, but I'm a firm believer in only lotioning the body parts that you can see. Only lotioning the body parts that you can see.
That's a game that people not
So
for
if
either though.
I got my elbows out and my legs is covered, best believe I'm ashy.
My mother used to say, you better put lotion on everything because you end up in the hospital. You better have clean drawers and a clean undershirt, and you better be lotioned up.
Nah, like for real, like I am a firm believer in that. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, like when I did have hair, y'all might judge me, but when I did have hair and my hair was parted and laid on this side, it covered my eyebrow. So I used to only draw in one eyebrow.
You out here?
If you're not
So
gonna see
the wind hit D, and it's like nothing there.
Oh well. Here's my thing. If you're not going to see it, I'm not going to put in the effort. So yes, I only have one eyebrow drawn on.
I will say this.
But all my toes is painted though.
Integrity. Integrity. Have everything the way it got to be in case you got to pull it out. Because when the tool is ready, you ready. So stay ready. You gotta get ready.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna give everybody. I was still falling short a lot because I definitely was the type to not do everything. I've been forgetting about chapstick because I drank so much water lately, and now I'm lip licking like LL Cool J. It is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
But
okay, key to life. Key to life. They're so rude. Okay, anyways, key to life for all my females. Always have lip gloss. And it don't matter if your fingers are painted. Always have your toes painted. Yes.
And trim your fingernails, fellas. You never know when you might end up having to use your fingers.
Clean your nails.
Clean them too.
My first thing I look at when I see a guy approach me is, for one,
poetic justice.
your teeth. Did you brush your teeth this morning? 2, did you wash your hands and clean your nails? Because if you think you're about to come near me with dirt under your fingernails,
There you go.
I feel disrespected.
There you go, fellas.
I feel absolutely disrespected.
Now
you
look.
think I'm about to let you touch me with them creepy critters? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I know the vibes. I've been outside.
Nah.
You judge without knowing. You've judged with fear judgment. You judge and critique things your heart is in love with. What has that brought you? What has that left you? Wanting to be favored when you don't accept you. You don't respect you going back on your word. If you're honest, sometimes you think stress is what you deserve.
He's spitting.
You could do so much. You could be much more.
Yes.
Check the ego. It won't serve you moving forward. Check the pride. That's for others to have for you. If you're real, you'll arise. And there's nothing man can do. You'll do the work. You'll prove your worth. You will free yourself.
Off
Release
the dome, y'all.
judgment
Off the dome.
to free others in need of help.
Good God.
Blessings.
I hope y'all caught that. Cause don't let that go over y'all heads, okay?
You
okay.
feel? You feel? So
no
that's my
way
thing.
you just.
I'm a poet. I'm a poet. I'm a rapper. I'm a musician.
Damn.
I'm a guy from a place.
We need that on a shirt. The whole quote.
The whole quote.
All going down the back.
I gotta get my guy to do the design. What? Rebel Rel is gonna do the design for Judge Without Knowing You've Judged with Fear Judgment.
You should have heard the whole thing he just spit
it's
off
coming
the
out.
dome.
It's coming out. We outside.
We outside.
We outside.
We outside.
Branded Bespoke. You understand? These are the shades. Impeccable. This hat is by Rebel Rel, Branded Bespoke.
Can we get into the dress though? Are they gonna be able to see it?
Okay.
Can they see it?
They might be able to. We might get some extra pictures.
Can they see it? If I stand up, they can see it.
Is it visible?
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Let's get into it. Custom.
Y'all see why she's a model? Does it make sense now? Y'all see why she's a model?
Get into it, okay?
She's shaped like a Coke bottle. Y'all understand?
And that's the crazy thing. I ain't even got my grown woman body yet.
And the thing is, it's on the way.
It's on the way.
But it's not even on the way. It's already there. It's just time. It's like I've already been a guy from a place. You've already been Rebel Rel. It's just time and consistency and staying who you are. Living into the being, ascending. Because when we ascend beyond the moments and the things that we want in the moment, we leave our desires behind. We get everything we ask for. Blessings.
Nah, I think we gotta leave it with that. We giving too many gems.
Too many gems.
Too many gems.
May have some behind the scenes moments. We're gonna have to edit this a lot because I lost a hat while I was doing this. I gained a hat. The joint went off. It was just a lot of stuff going on here.
Bloopers.
But
it's okay
bloopers
though.
and blessings. I will say this though. One day made better is many days made greater. I am uplifting you to be in a world that cares. If I keep it to myself, I think that's unfair. The joy I've been given is best when shared. Visionaries never die, legends survive. Through the seeds we sow daily, we get better with time. I am a guy from a place. CharmCityBipper, Quis The Vndl. Marquis is the name my mama gave me. I'm here with Diara, Nicole, a model from my city that I love. Thank y'all. Bip. Would you like to say anything to them?
I mean, Diara Nicole on all platforms. Follow me. Get to know me. I answer my DMs. I'm not too good to respond. Okay? Okay. Unless you come in my DM on some wild stuff, then I'm not going to respond. Ooh. But if you come correct, you'll get a response.
Step correct and stay blessed. Yeah.
for the right way, did a lot of wrong. Can't go back, gotta move on. Gotta move forward with corrections given and accept that living still brings pain. Even when you're moving with the best intentions and you blessed with visions of joy, bliss, peace. Gratitude for every day I live to speak and I live to breathe in growth and abundance.